Alright guys, now you're on the outside looking in now. Here's the extension. I'm not sure if you can see my socket up there because the pump is in the way. And what you're going to do is go ahead and take that bolt completely out. Alright, let's get that bolt out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we got the 15mm bolt in the front. And I mean, you can use a short or whatever. I'm going to still use my same one. And I'm going to go right here, hook it up. Okay. And I'm using my caliper to brace my ratchet. And go ahead and take that bolt out. Alright, so let's get that bolt out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we almost got the bolt out. You can see the power steering pump just fall right out of the way. Yeah boy, look at that. And that's all we gotta do guys, just move that to the side just like that. Check that out. Check that out guys. Alright, let's stop playing around guys, because we got a lot of work to do. Alright, now we can get to our other, you see the 3, or you can see more, 13mm bolts. We got to remove the harmonic balancer, but not yet. What I want to show you now is that, let's see if we can set this light up. And okay, I'm going to have to move out your way. And what you got to look at is up here, you're going to see you got the 1, 2, 3. But if you look further up, there's another bolt up there.
Where?
Right.
Oh, your hand was blocking it. Okay.
Alright, so let's get that one out first. So what we're going to do is get us a 13mm, maybe a shallow socket with a 3/8 drive ratchet. And let's reach up there and get that one out. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, I got my 13mm shallow socket with my cordless ratchet. And I'm going to reach up here. And actually, if I had just a 1-inch extension, I'd probably put a 1-inch extension up there. Okay. Alright. Take this bolt out. Alright, looks the same length as the other ones. Now, we got these 3 or 4 right here. And you know guys, we're going to make these a lot easier to do. I'm going to show you how to do that. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're going to go back again with our 2-foot 3/8 drive extension. And this time I'm using a swivel 13mm socket. So that way I can stay back here. And let's see. Oh, we got one way back here. That's what I have to do it. You don't want it to slip off like that, but 1, 2. Who calling me? That's Hector. It's 3 and 4. As a matter of fact, guys, while we're over here, let's shut this off. Let's get these 2 right over here. And we got one up under right here, so we can't forget about that one. And then we got one right here. And the reason why I'm just loosening them up is because now that I got them loose, I'm going to go with my cordless impact and take them all out. Alright, so let's get those out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got all 6 bolts. All 6 bolts are identical in length. So out of all the timing cover bolts, so we still got that one more. So far we only got one that's longer than the rest. Alright, let's put this to the side and then we're going to go ahead and get our harmonic balancer off. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're going to remove the harmonic balancer bolt in the center. What you're going to need is a 19mm socket. I'm using a 19mm deep 1/2-inch drive. I'm using a 1-inch extension, a wobble extension, because that bolt's like right here with the frame. And I'm not sure if I can get in there. See, I might be kind of crooked, and I don't want to strip that bolt out. So using my wobble extension, it gives me just enough swivel right there. So it's in my 1/2-inch drive gun. And take that bolt right out. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we're going to remove the harmonic balancer. You want to have your harmonic balancer pulley kit. And this is a performance tool. There's the part number right there. This thing is good for Chryslers as well. Alright, so let's open our kit up. And you're going to have this tool right here, which hooks on to the harmonic balancer. Then you got the bolt that goes in there, and as this is pushing up against the crank, it's pulling the harmonic balancer out. Then you got these rods right here that goes into the crank, so you're not hitting up against any threads or messing anything up. Let me show you what I mean by that. Now, here's our harmonic balancer. And if you feel on the inside, right inside there, you're going to feel like little cutouts. That's where those teeth, those claws, hook into. So what you would do is hook it up onto all three, just like that. Then remember, you just well, your bolt's got a hole right through the center of it. So now you're going to get a rod and push in there, and that rod is going to go into the crank all the way. And you got to make sure it comes out enough. Let's see the shortest one. Okay, that's the shortest one. So it's going to go like that. This is going to go hook on. Make sure where I'm at here. And actually, what you want, you can put this bolt right here like this. It's a pain hooking these things up, man. What was wrong with the regular way of doing this? It was a problem or something. Okay. Get a bolt in there. Hopefully that's enough. That's the shortest bolt I got, shortest rod I got, so what the heck. Get that started. This is bogus. This thing is going crooked or something. Hold on guys, this thing is going crooked. Make sure those claws stay hooked up, and you want to bring this bolt all the way in till it stops by hand. Get a little tension on this. Alright, so let's get that done and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got it in there. It's still a little loose because I just tightened this up by hand. Now what you want to do, being that this is going to be in the way, you see that frame part right there? And there's an opening in there to put a ratchet. What you're going to use is a 4-inch 3/8 drive extension. You're going to put that in there just like that. Next you're going to do is take your 3/8 drive ratchet and make sure it's in the arm like you're tightening. And then what you're going to do is just hold the ratchet, hold the tool in place, and you're going to turn it clockwise just to tighten it up. Get it tightened a little bit more. Alright, the next thing you're going to do is take you a 15/16 wrench. And you're going to have this big nut part back here. You're going to put that into place, and you're going to hold that so it don't turn. And now you're going to keep that held in place and continue taking your ratchet and turning clockwise. And as you're doing it, it's pushing into the crank, and the jaws should start pulling that harmonic balancer out. So we're gonna do this together. Just take your time. Don't use no air tools or anything on this, or you will take a chance in damaging something. I don't know if you can see it or not. You'll be able to see the harmonic balancer coming out. Can you see it, Chevy? Not really?
No. You see it?
Yeah, I can see it because I'm at the angle I'm in.
Oh.
Man, this sucks. You want to do it? Want to do something, Chevy?
No.
Figures. Y'all gonna leave me with the hard work.
Of course.
Yeah, guys, you see how long this is taking, right? How much I gotta go? Oh, I'm hitting the camera. Son of a biscuit. I don't want to say, all right, keep doing this and we'll be right back. Then we got it off. They'd be like, Tim, there was no way like that. They took me an hour to get off. So, heck, y'all gonna sit here and wait with me. God, I can sit here and do this. That's for myself. I ain't kidding. Gonna be that long. I done got comfortable. And turning this thing a little bit by little bit is no fun.
Holy whiny Batman!
Forget you. This thing sucks.
Come on, my arms are getting tired holding up this
Yeah,
camera.
yeah. I was getting tired holding the camera. You go ahead and try to do this. What I'm doing. You know what?
Keep
Forget this,
getting
man.
in my way.
Forget this. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna let this wrench. This wrench won't even lock up against anything.
Oh my God, I can't see nothing.
That's not my problem.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. Let's see if I can.
Really?
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna let the wrench rest up against the frame part right here. So that way.
So that way you can really get in our way.
That still ain't working. You know. What sucks about this, I'm almost close to that frame. Which means, you know what I'm about to do, guys? Wait a minute. Because being at the tool that's close to that frame, can I turn it? Try to get it so, but that ain't work. That didn't work at all.
Just wasting time.
Huh?
Just wasting time. Trying to come up with excuses.
I come up with better ways of doing this. It sucks. Alright, let me bring my ratchet down. Get me more leverage. See, I still can't get over. Man! I'm almost at the edge of the bolt. It's gonna come off sooner or later.
But when that comes off, is that gonna drop on you?
Oh, you can't.
Oh my gosh.
You can't wiggle that harmonic balancer. Drop on my head. Yeah, buddy.
Take you to the hospital.
Oh.
That's another
It's
bill.
inconvenience, huh?
Heck yeah.
Uh-oh, that is there. Oh, come on. The thing came out. That's because you didn't come to be there. You should put the wrench back into place. Stop playing around. Oh man, this thing. It came off the hooks. Uh-oh. I got a little issue here. Get it just about there, get it held into place, and the thing comes off again. I am at the edge. Hold on here. Oh, heck no. Okay, I'm gonna have to reset this thing. Now what I could do is use the longer thing, bring this bolt all the way back again and use the longer one now. How longer is the next one? That might work. Alright, you know what? Let me back this up. And then it's tight inside there. That's what's going on, man. That's what gives me such a hard time. Alright, let me take this out and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I put the longer one in there. Let's go. Oh, it is loose. Huh. Now it's right up against the frame. Let's loosen it up now. That is close. Why? Why must they do this? Alright. I'll put a little grease on the threading, but this thing actually started stripping out. So what does that tell you? That tells you don't get performance tools. That's what it tells you. Alright guys, let's put this away. Put this to the party line and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got our harmonic balance off. Now we got 3 bolts holding this cover on now. We got one right there, a 13mm, and above the crankshaft there's 2 10mm bolts. And I'm going to go back to using my 24-inch 3/8 drive extension with my 13mm swivel. And then I'm going to take that bolt out. And once we get that one out, we're going to switch over to a 10mm swivel. Get those two out. Alright, so let's get those 3 bolts out and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got that little grommet up there. I'm trying to get that out at the same time. The little sleeve. Okay, one. Let's make sure these bolts are the same length. And they are. And then this one's same length as all the other ones. Alright. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our light and just make sure we got all the bolts out of the cover, because you don't want to pry this cover off and be a bolt in there. You're looking crazy in the face. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, now you want to take your short, useless Milwaukee pry bar. That's the only thing it's good for. You got a little point right there with a lip. And that's how you don't get that lip in there. And slowly be pushing out. Okay, once I feel it moving. So I know the bottom is loose. Am I going to keep on prying? Let's go to the top, and now we're going to make sure we got all the bolts, and then we're going to pry a little bit on the top. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're up at the top. We're going to make sure everything looking good. And what we're going to do is the camshaft actuator bolt. We're going to pry right between there. Bring it back. And go over here. Bring it back. Go back over this way. Great. Okay, you want to pull the cover forward. Make sure you clear the crankshaft down there. Make sure your harness is all out of the way. Okay. Up out of there. Look at that mess. Look at that crud. Semi funny. Oh my goodness, guys, look at this, man. This is a mess. So be right back. Alright guys, there you go. Look at that. We have broke this thing down. That thing, look how nasty it looks in there. I am very surprised this thing was still running. Wow, man, that sucks. Oh well. Alright, now we're gonna start. I'm not sure how I want to do this. I mean, guys, I would really like to, I guess I can. I would really like to get the pressure washer and pressure. I mean, we're gonna drain all the oil anyway, right? So, I would definitely like to.
If there's any left.
Yeah, that's true. I would like to pressure wash all this, so we can know what we're looking at. Cause we gotta look for those marks, like those time, see the time mark right there on that chain. So we gotta make sure we can see the marks, and this just look really crummy and nasty in here. There's our tensioner right there. There's one timing chain tensioner. Then there's another one right over here. Let's get this thing down here. There's one right over here. See that, Sivvy?
Yeah.
And then going down, well, the other one you can see from the front of the vehicle.
Well, that one's got a lot of mud on it. That guide right there?
Yeah, I see it. Look at that, man. This was caked up. So pressure washing is only going.
I'm surprised we're not seeing pieces.
Pressure. I'm wondering. Being that we're gonna drain the oil, cause it's a lot to take off that oil pan. It is a lot. We'll talk to the customer and see. But I might just pressure wash all this, guys, and just make sure everything is draining out when we put the fresh oil in there. Cause this is just, look at this right here. Look at this chain.
Was this thing rattling?
Yes. That's a good thing. Good thing Sylvia asked that. When you first start this up, when it's cold, it rattles. until the tensioner takes up the slack in the chain. So the issue was definitely there.
So the tensioner was sticking.
Yeah, sticking with gunk. So I know it's unorthodox that you're gonna see this happening, but we are definitely gonna have to pressure wash this. And while it's out in the open, all the stuff can go out and whatever and drain the oil, because this stuff is just nasty. We got to clean this up. As a matter of fact, we're gonna do that before we start taking all this apart. All right, so let's get our pressure washer and we'll be right back. All right, guys. Yeah, we're about to paint the vehicle. No, you're not. Listen. All right, we're about to power wash inside the engine and in the front of the engine all that cruddy oil. Get that stuff out of there. Now, guys, what we're doing right here, a shop will not do this to your car. If they see oil caked up in the engine, they're going to leave it alone. They're going to put that engine together and call it a day. We cannot do that. We cannot put this thing together knowing all that stuff is in there. So we're going to get it out of there. Now, as you can see, we got it completely taped over, so any kind of oil and gunk goes anywhere. It protects the vehicle. Now let's go up here. And as you can see, we got this speaker wire holding up the harness, holding that out of the way. You want to put some duct tape. You don't want to use no masking tape, because the pressure washer will go right through that. Even not that you should be spraying over there, to cover up your intake ports. And now we got protection in the back, in the front, especially that big plug over there that goes to the power distribution. You need your electrical connections protected. So then I got all around here going all protected. We do have, I'm actually, guys, what I'm going to do is, dang it, we're going to tie this up right along with that to get it out of the way. So we're going to tie it up just like that. Okay, then, so I'm going to start from the back. I'm going to pressure wash all the stuff towards the front of the engine, and then I'm going to pressure wash down at this angle to wash everything down. Now, what we're going to do first is drain the oil out of the engine. Move the pan out the way, and then get another pan. That drain plug is going to remain open so it can get that stuff out of here. Now, I do have one problem, which I'm hoping I can try to get. Let's go to the front of the car. Yeah. What I'm going to do, guys, if you can look right inside there, you see I got this thing completely wrapped around with plastic. What we're going to do is take the wand, that's the pressure washing wand, out this way. I'm going to try to go down and hit down into the oil pan as much as possible. You know what angle, where I'm talking about?
Go in there?
Yeah, right inside. I'm making sure my arm don't be in the way. Right inside there. I'll try to go at an angle, go down into the oil pan.
Oh, it's a little bit dark, and then we can see the chain, but I can't see down below where you're coming.
Alright, guys, let me get a light. Alright, guys, we got a light. Now, down in there, down there, that's where the thing is. This is the oil pan down here, this big part. So we're going to try to get the wand in there and pressure wash as much as we can for some... Oh, man, wait a minute. I see a baffle. No, I'm not going to be able to get in there. Dang it. I can see a baffle in there. Oh, dang it. No, I guess that's not going to work out well, because I'm not going to be able to get to the bottom of the pan. So we're just going to be pressure washing, hopefully just drain all this out. And while we're up here, guys, check this out. If you can see right there, there's our drain bolt. So,
Right at the corner, right?
yep. So while we're there, to see the condition of this oil. Let's get our drain pan. What size bolt is that? I'm getting too good at this mess. We got a 15mm shallow socket, 3/8 drive. My 3/8 drive ratchet. Let's see how this oil comes out of here. And actually, how much oil is in here. Wow, that thing smells. Alright guys, we're going to let all this drain, and then I'm going to swap the pans for another pan because there's going to be a lot of water going into it. So I don't want to mix it with all this oil. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, this is the pan I'm going to use to go up under there. This is the old antifreeze coming out. Before we do that, I don't know what the heck that is floating there. Whatever. Because we're going to put this in a container because we're not going to reuse this. I want to check the strength of this.
And saves money.
Yeah. So we're going to take the strength of it. I'm going to put our meter in here. Fill it up. Can you see what's reading? Because I'm at a side angle.
This is the clearest shot. Oh, here it is. Here it is. 0?
0 degrees?
Is that, what is it, the big number or the little number?
The big number.
0.
Wow. So that means this at 0 degrees, this thing freezes up. This can also contribute to what's going on inside this engine. You're like, what do you mean? I'm gonna let Civvy answer that. How can weak antifreeze, and this is more than weak antifreeze, this is actually almost water. How can this contribute to all that carbon built up in the engine? Just a random guess. Just
because it's not heating up right?
Not heating up right?
Okay. Since you answered me that way, it's not cooling right?
Not cooling right, exactly. Alright, it's just like you taking oil and putting it into a frying pan. The hotter that frying pan get, the more cooked and carbonized that oil becomes. Now, the antifreeze keeps the engine cool. So if the engine stays cool, the oil doesn't heat up as much.
So it
doesn't get don't clunk up as much. I mean, still it's neglected, but still it saves it a little bit more. So that is very, very important to have some good antifreeze in it. So this is definitely junk. And so
it's probably the original antifreeze.
Yeah, it does look that way. Guys, you got to take care of your car, especially with these new engines out. Alright, so we're going to put this in containers so we can take it down and get rid of it, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're getting ready to power wash. Now what we're looking at now, got a light going on the engine, and Sylvia's going to take some shots of before and after. So you go ahead, look around for before and after, and you let me know when you're ready when I get set up.
Alright.
Since they like your camera skills, let's see how good your camera skills are. This sucks, man. This is a lot of. It's gonna be fun.
A lot of stuff in my way. Now, as far as
the front of the engine.
Yeah, I can't get too much crud down there. But I did see that yesterday. Oh, yeah, the day, whenever, earlier. Right? Yeah, I see some.
Alright guys, let's get our pressure wash and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're going to be using our pressure washer, and number one, get you some safety goggles. Guys, these are DeWalt's. I have not used them yet. They are brand new. Sylvia saw I had the other cheap pairs. She got a pair. When she cuts grass, she says she loves them. So I can tell you right now, they do look really, really good.
And those are made that if you always when you get goggles, the lens scratches. So you can actually replace that lens.
You can?
Yeah.
You should get some more lens just because.
And I use it every time I cut the grass. I used to get grass clippings in my eyes all the time. I no longer do. They're the best things ever.
Hey, these things feel good.
Yep, they're comfortable to wear. I love those.
Yeah, boy, man, look at this. I need a paint gun now. And go to my enemies' houses. I'll be out there. All right, so guys, let's get ready to power wash. We'll be right back. Guys, got stuff in my face. Look at all this stuff, man. Look at all this stuff on the side of the car. Dirt, oil. That's why you gotta. And let me show you on the other.
You should see my camera.
Huh?
You should see my camera.
You know, protect it all up here. Look at us. Got to protect the vehicle. All right, let's go up here in the front now, so you can see the after shots. And before you go up there, you can see our pan down here. That's a lot of stuff in there. That's been draining out. Yeah. So it's kind of like flush right through the engine. I got as much as I can through the front. But all right, let's take a look at the top. You got that?
I gotta touch this. Wait, the top or the front?
You know, the front, like you. Hold on, let me get this thing. Oops.
So that was your foot. What in the world?
All right.
What?
Huh?
But it's filthy over here.
All right. Hold on, guys. All right, we'll be right back.
I got it.
No, we'll be right back. I'll put something up there.
I got it.
Can you see the front of the car, though? Front of the engine.
I didn't get to that part yet. I'm doing the cylinder head right now.
How does it look? I mean, it's dirty, but...
The back one could use a little more.
Why? I can see the bolts.
And that's all? But see, look. This side looks much cleaner.
What's she talking about?
The left side, the left cylinder head looks much cleaner than the right one. I know they're going to say, yeah, she right.
Where at? On the cam?
On the cams.
Okay, how about the front of the engine?
Well, I reckon.
Heck yeah, that's good.
Let me see down at the bottom. Might need a light though. No, it does look cleaner. Because I don't need a light.
Oh.
So I guess it is cleaner.
Heck yeah, look at that. Yeah, buddy, man. Definitely looking good.
It is cleaner.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is do the right cylinder head because I got a complaint.
Sure do.
And then we'll be back. Alright guys, we did it again. Let's see if the inspector approves that one.
There's the left. Well, that's better. Okay, it's better.
Heck yeah, it's better. It was better from the beginning.
No.
Alright guys, now, what we're going to do now is leave our plastic all right here. Now I'm going to get my air blower and I'm going to blow as much water out of here as possible. And blow stuff's going to blow around before we actually take this off. Alright, let's get that done and we'll be right back.
Look at this mess. Look at this mess, guys. Look. Look at all the crud on my brand new shed. Haven't even had it a week.
It's a man cave. So
it's not a man cave. It's a shed. It's a shed.
Guys,
okay? Unbelievable.
Alright guys, we got it all done. Now, we can go around. Take all this off. As you can see, the vehicle's nice and dry. No oil on it. And we'll be back in business. Alright, so let's get this off and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got everything ready. We are ready to do the time machine. Well, no we're not. Alright guys, here's the situation. Me and Sylvia have been talking and all the crud, it looks really good, man. We really cleaned this up nice. But we still got a lot of crud in the engine. Now at this point, guys, you got to think yourself, what am I going to do about that? One, you can drop the oil pan, which is another 2 hours, which is, we got to tell the customer, it's going to be another 3 hours to take down that oil pan. Then you got to, it's like you got to keep telling people, you know, this is what's next. Well, I don't know, what can we say? If you're neglecting oil changes or cheap oil changes, this is what you get. So two things are happening in this episode. One, if you look right here, I got about 2 gallons in here. I'm only going to use about 1.5 gallons. I'm going to take this, not where the spark plug holes are. Okay, let me go over here so you can see. And we're going to take this and pour about 1.5 gallons down into the engine. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're down here at the bottom of the engine. Let's get the rest of the seal off of here. Alright, now, let's see if I can put this light inside here. And if you look in there, where the light is, you can actually see the level of the gas. Shake this car a little bit. Yeah, buddy, look at that. Look at that. So now some of you guys already know why I did that and the benefits of doing that. A lot of you guys don't know, and there's very few who's complaining that because they don't know, and that's all they want to do is complain. so for those who complain, they got nothing better to do, let's explain to them guys why we did that. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our whiteboard here. Now, the number one thing we want to get rid of is crud. all right. To get rid of that crud, we got all the top out. Now, this right here is your oil pan. That's bolted to the engine. That's what's top right there. Now, inside that oil pan, there is what you call an oil pickup. No, that's not the tube. It's just the oil pickup.
Oil pickup tube.
Oil pickup tube. Okay, pickup tube. Now, what happens is this thing, this end right here has a screen in it. So it sucks your oil level is supposed to be up to here. So this sucks up the sucks up the oil, brings it out and puts it out throughout the engine. Then through ports and all, it comes back down into the pan. Now here's the problem with this engine. Down here we have a bunch of crud. So especially now you got a bunch of crud inside the screen right here. Now there's only two ways of getting this out, and a lot of people don't know this other way that we're doing right now. One, you got to drop the oil pan, take the screen out, the tube, clean it all out, or get a new one and all that. Or here, do what you do, guys, and you don't even have to do this if your engine got a lot of crud in it when you take apart this job. Now what we're doing here is you want to take, let me see, how can I do this? Your gas and pour it into your engine. Now you saw I poured it on the top. Now usually that's the same thing as oil going down in your engine. Right now it's just the valve covers are not there. So you're going to fill this up. Now this is with gas. This is all gas right here now. Drain the oil, put gas in it. You're going to let that set for minimum 12 hours. I would like to set it for 1 day. And that's what we're going to do. Set it for 1 day. And what is that gas doing? That gas is breaking down that crud. So all that's going to break down, get out of that screen, not 100%, but I'm guaranteeing you a minimum of 75%. Then once all that's done, we're going to open up the drain plug and take all that stuff right out of there. That's the easy way of doing this. If your oil pan is hard to get to, definitely do it that way. You got to do something, guys. You just can't let that stuff sit down here. Because remember, your timing chain tensioners work by oil pressure. If the oil's not getting up, enough oil not getting up in here, that's not going to work, and you're doing this whole job for nothing. All right? We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We're back because Sylvia got something to say. I don't know why she didn't say it when we was talking, but what you got to say, Sylvia?
Well, I was just going to say that, for example, when we did the Equinox, and we removed the timing cover, we saw that there was a lot of broken pieces, a lot of the guides, and there was just a lot of broken pieces in there. And so if you do that, if you remove your timing cover and you see a lot of broken pieces, doing this with the gas is not going to help you. Yes, it will work.
If you put the gas in there, those broken pieces of the timing chain guides, they'll break up. The gas will eat those up, guys. It will dissolve them. And then out the oil pan it goes.
No, it will not help you. At that point, you have to remove the oil pan.
I shouldn't have said that.
No,
yes.
Don't listen to him. It won't help you. You have to remove the oil pan like we did with the Equinox. We removed the oil pan and we saw all those broken pieces blocking the screen.
Exactly right. So if you see pieces down there, you got no choice. Remove the oil pan. All right, any other questions, Sylvia? Anything you want to say on this?
No, that was it.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we'll do is point out some very, now this is the interference engine, guys. You do this thing wrong, you are in deep trouble. So I'm going to point out some timing marks that you got to pay attention to. I got my little pointer now. Okay, down here, we got one on the crankshaft. right there, a little dot where I put a little pink mark on it. This light on it.
You see it.
Oh, you can see it?
Yep.
Is that light in your way now?
Nope.
Alright, now on the oil pan, the oil pump, you're going to have 2 marks. One right there and one right there. I marked those out. Now, while we're down here, guys, this right here is one of your timing chain tensioners. Over here is one of your timing chain guides. Now, if you get a kit, your kit is going to come with that guide. Do not replace that guide. We're going to replace the outside cover, not the guide itself, because those 2 bolts that's holding, one right there, up there, those 2 bolts are part of the oil pump, and those are crucially torqued. You miss that by not even a foot-pound, an ounce, whatever. If a newton meter, 1 little newton meter, you're gonna mess that pump will mess up. You leave that alone. Only certified people, only 2 people in the world that is allowed to do that. Actually, me and Sylvia. So nobody else try that. All right, let's go to the top and look at our other marks. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Before we go to the top, we've got better see these gears at the bottom. You have 2 gears right here at the bottom. 1 and 2. Now you notice one gear is facing they're actually almost the same gears, but one is faced one way and the other one is faced the other way. Now you notice that I did put marks on there. Those are the timing marks. This one, and then over here, it's that one. Now the mark on the other side of these gears, there's a hole. I don't know if you can see up here further on this gear. You can see a hole on the top of it.
Oh, which gear?
This one right here.
There's a hole?
Yeah. It's got the bolt.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, now to time that chain in the back, you have to use that hole. And I'll show you that when we start putting this together. Alright, so those are the 2 at the bottom. Now let's go to the top. Be right back. Alright guys, now we're at the top. Guys, this part is very, very important. First of all, if your engine has a lot of crud in it, like this one has, you're going to definitely be replacing these, there's 3 names for this. Either camshaft sprockets, VVT sprockets, or camshaft phasers. Either 3 of those names, you're going to find when you're looking for them. Now, this part is very important. Well, along with everything else is very important. When you buy these, the exhaust cam phasers, this one, the exhaust cam phasers are both on the outside. This one and the one way back there.
So this is going to be marked EX?
Is it? Yeah, there is an EX on it, on this one right here. Tell me when you get that.
Oh, you want me to show you? EX.
Okay, both of those, when you order them, there's not a right and left. They're going to be the same. But as far as the intake, they're going to be different. Now, on the intake ones, they're going to have a mark on them. Like this one has L for left. This one's going to have R for right. But when I tried to clean it up to show you guys, that R just went right away. And that's kind of stupid. They should have that more imprinted. Also on it, if you look right on the inside of it, make sure that ain't too bright, you're going to see IN for intake. Alright, so, yeah, we're in. We're in. Now, with those, just like I said, there is a left and a right. Now, the left and the right is as if you're standing behind the engine. So if you're standing behind the engine, this one's going to be right. And this one's going to be left. Now, that's not all that's important with this. This is, guys, you got to, this is an interference engine. You mess this up, you are done for. The customer is done for. And then I got to hear a customer writing us and saying, I had my car done and they tell me now I need an engine. Yeah, because you messed up. You didn't follow my video. Alright, now, also on these sprockets, let's go to one that's really easy to get. This one right here. Alright, on these sprockets, there is a small letter. An L and an R, left and right. I can't really see that one. Can you see that one?
See the L. Where's the R? Oh, there it is. Well, you messed up my...
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. I took a little sandpaper and cleaned it up. Now you can see the R. R, matey. Alright, so you let me know when you see the R and the L.
You saw the L.
See it again.
Oh,
that's me.
Okay.
Alright, so when you put this, that means, well, this sprocket is an intake. It can only go... Now, why they put an L and an R on this sprocket, I have no idea. If they telling you this is for the left side, why just put one mark? But I don't know why they did that. Maybe the outside part is the same. I don't know, whatever. But let's go over here to this one to show you. Now, when you put this one in, it's going to have an L and an R. So you got to make sure when you line the timing marks up on this one, it's lined up with the L one, the L timing mark. Then on,
L?
I have no... It should be, it gotta be right around here somewhere, because the timing mark, I marked it up here, which is stupid. Where is it? What the heck? I ain't put it there, but the timing mark is inside there. So, and guys, in case yours don't have that L on it, just like this one don't, all of them going to be the same. The R, and then you're going to go counterclockwise, and you're going to see the other mark, the L. All of them going to have the same in case you don't see that L. So, now that we got that situated, all are the same thing. And I took the liberty of putting a little mark on where the gears are. L, little dot right here, and like that. Now, what you want to do now is we're going to loosen up the bolts on the cam phases, because if you loosen those up with the chain off and you mess up and slip, this is an interference engine, you're going to bend those valves. So you leave that chain on as added safety. Alright, let's get our tools and we'll be right back. Alright guys, now first of all, these camshafts, 3 of them are the same, 1 of them is different. And you're going to definitely tell the difference by this. On each of them, let's start on this one over here. You're going to have the camshaft lobe. You're going to have a little shaft. And then you're going to have this section right here you can put a wrench. Same thing on this one. Lobe, a little shaft or spacer, and then where you put the wrench. Now we go to this intake over here. Look at the difference of this one. This one has the lobe. Now there's come a part that sticks out right here. Unlike the other two. And then there's the part where you put the wrench. And then there's the last one way in the back. Same as the other one. It has a lobe, the shaft, and then where you put the wrench at. So you got to pay attention to that. Now what you want to do is grab you a 19mm wrench, and this one is different. You're going to have to grab you a 20mm wrench. Now if you notice on this wrench is actually, it's kind of messed up. This wrench is actually a 19, and then you saw I marked it a 20. Because guys, how many of us has a 20mm wrench? So what I did was took a grinder, put this in the grinder, and open that end up just enough. So let's start off with the 19mm. So you're going to take a 19mm wrench, keep your chain on, hook it onto one of those inserts, hold it in place. Then you're going to take a 16mm shallow socket, 1/2" drive, which is a 1/2" drive ratchet, and the nut, the bolt, right in the front of the cam phaser. You're going to securely hold that in place, and then you're going to hold the wrench and loosen. How about the loosen? Loosen that up. All right. Go to the next one and do the same thing. Now the one right here, the 19mm will not fit. That's a different size. That is the 20. So what you're going to have to do is get your 20mm wrench. Hold it on there. Loosen that up. Okay. Then go back to your 19. Hold it onto that one. Get your ratchet on there. And loosen up that one. Great. Alright, good job, guys. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, here we are. The pan. Now, it's been about 18 hours. We had the gas in the engine. So now we're going to get our pan right here. Get the bolt out. And this thing is going to be dirty. Looks like...
Wow. And that's gas.
And you saw how when I first opened it up, it was like very real, a little bit coming out. That's all that gunk and stuff coming out first. Now it's draining out.
Whoa.
So we're gonna put our plug down and let this drain out, and we'll be right back. All right, guys. Now let's check this out. We got a little borescope camera hooked up to our Autel MK908, and what we're gonna do is put the screen up here. Hold on, guys. Put the service in a different way. There. All right, now we're gonna let me back up and show you where we are. There's the gear. So we're going to go to the bottom. We're going to go inside. It still got some carbon in, but it did clean some up. Let me get a little better. Get inside there more. I'm going up under the baffle now. That cleaned it up a little bit. You say so?
Mm-hmm.
Looks pretty clean in there. I mean, yeah, that definitely looks clean. Look at that. Wow. That did really good. Alright, now what I'm going to do is go to the other side of the engine, on the other side of the baffle, see if we can see anything. Wow, just by sitting there, definitely cleaned it up. Now what I'm going to do, guys, take the camera out, and I am going to, let me go down, show you what I'm doing now. I am going to go through the drain plug. And we're going to see what we can see inside there. So let me get this up again. Alright. Alright, there it is. You may twist it more, you can see it.
No, I can see it.
Alright, so let's go in there. I'm not sure what the heck I'm looking at. Go further in. Wow, that's probably up underneath, because we're at the bottom. I say it did a pretty good job. There's the oil pickup screen right there, but there's no way I'm going to be able to see up under it. I know it's hard to tell, but let's go back out. Forget it, that's some crummy shots. Alright, guys, it's definitely clean. Well, a lot cleaner. A lot cleaner. Let's get this thing disconnected and we'll be right back. Alright, guys, everything is looking good. I'm definitely going to recommend to the customer, because this is what's got to happen now. Every time they get their oil change, you know, there's a can of engine flush inside the auto parts store. What I don't trust the shop to do it unless we're doing it, but every before every oil change, right before she takes it or he takes it down there to get an oil change, put a can of quick flush in there. That'll clean a lot of the carbon up there. So when they drain the oil, they're going to take that stuff out because they got to stand there for 10 minutes. And then keep doing that over and over again. Every oil change before, and do that. And it's going to clear this thing a lot more. Alright, the next thing you're going to do is take the bolt to your crankshaft. You're going to put that bolt back in there. And just bring it in till it stops. Alright? We'll be right back.